Let me be crystal clear about something. Getting rich isn't about luck, it's not about circumstances, and it's definitely not about waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap. It's about training your mind to think differently than 99% of people out there. And right now, we're going to dive into exactly how to do that. The first thing you need to understand is that poor people have poor habits, and rich people have rich habits. It starts with how you think. Every single morning when you wake up, your mind is either working for you or against you. Most people wake up thinking about how to get through the day. Winners wake up thinking about how to own the day. Let's talk about something that nobody tells you about wealth. It's not about the money. Money is just a byproduct of value creation. The real question isn't how do I get rich? It's how do I become so valuable that the market can't ignore me? That's the mindset shift that changes everything. You want to know what separates the wealthy from everyone else? They understand that every single decision they make is a financial decision. What you eat, where you live, who you spend time with, how you spend your mornings, it all impacts your wealth. Start thinking about every choice through that lens. Here's a truth that might sting. Your current financial situation is a direct result of your current mindset. If you're not where you want to be financially, it's because your mind isn't trained for wealth. You're still thinking like someone who's comfortable with mediocrity. That stops today. Rich people don't watch the news to find opportunities, they create them. They don't wait for the perfect market conditions, they adapt to any conditions. While everyone else is complaining about the economy, they're finding ways to profit from it. That's the kind of mental agility you need to develop. Let's talk about your relationship with money. Most people see money as something scarce, something to hold onto tightly. That's poor thinking. Money is abundant, it's flowing, and it's attracted to value. Start seeing money as a tool for creating more value, not as something to hoard or fear. You need to understand compound interest, not just in your bank account, but in your mind. Every piece of knowledge you acquire, every skill you develop, every relationship you build, it all compounds. The wealthy understand this. They're constantly investing in themselves because they know that's where the real returns come from. Stop thinking about saving money and start thinking about earning money. Saving is important, but you can't save your way to wealth. The real money is made when you focus on increasing your earning potential. That means developing skills that the market values, creating assets that generate income, and positioning yourself where the big money flows. Your network is your net worth. This isn't just some cute saying, it's a fundamental truth of wealth creation. Look around you right now. Are you surrounded by people who think big, who challenge you to grow, who talk about investments and opportunities? If not, you need to upgrade your circle immediately. Let's address the fear of losing money because it's holding you back more than you realize. Rich people don't avoid losing money, they understand it's part of the game. What they do is calculate risks, manage them, and make informed decisions. They know that sometimes you have to lose money to learn how to make money. The market doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your background, your excuses, or your fears. It only cares about the value you bring. Start training your mind to focus on value creation instead of emotion. When everyone else is reacting based on fear or greed, you need to be thinking clearly about value. Your time is worth more than you think, but probably less than you're charging. If you're trading time for money in a linear way, you're playing the wrong game. Start thinking about leverage. How can you create systems that generate wealth while you sleep? That's how the rich think. Most people work hard. That's not enough. You need to work smart, and more importantly, you need to work strategically. Every hour you spend should either be making you money now or setting you up to make money later. If it's not doing either, you need to seriously question why you're doing it. Let's talk about assets because this is where most people get it wrong. Your car is not an asset. Your house, unless it's generating income, is not an asset. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket without requiring your constant attention. Start building and acquiring real assets. The wealthy understand something crucial about information. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing the right things at the right time. They build networks and systems that bring valuable information to them before others get it. That's how they stay ahead of the curve. Your habits around money need to be rewired completely. Stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an investor. Every dollar that comes into your life should be viewed through the lens of potential return. What could this dollar do if you put it to work instead of spending it? Here's something that might shock you. Comfort is the enemy of wealth. The moment you get comfortable, you stop pushing, stop growing, stop looking for opportunities. The wealthy stay hungry, stay curious, and most importantly, stay uncomfortable enough to keep pushing forward. You need to develop an investor's mindset in everything you do. Whether you're reading a book, attending a meeting, or having a conversation, always be thinking about the return on investment. How can this activity, this information, this relationship contribute to your wealth creation? Let's talk about failure because it's inevitable on the path to wealth. The difference is how you process it. Poor people let failure define them. Rich people let failure teach them. Every financial setback is just data, information you can use to make better decisions next time. Your relationship with time needs to change. Stop trading time for money and start investing time in money-making systems. The wealthy don't get paid by the hour. They build mechanisms that generate wealth without their direct involvement. That's what you need to be thinking about. The market is constantly changing, and your mind needs to be flexible enough to change with it. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. The wealthy don't get attached to methods, they get attached to outcomes. Be willing to adapt your approach while keeping your eyes on the prize. You need to understand leverage in all its forms: financial leverage, technological leverage, network leverage, and knowledge leverage. The rich don't try to do everything themselves. They find ways to multiply their efforts through various forms of leverage. Start thinking in terms of probability and risk management. Every financial decision is risks, but poor people try to avoid risk entirely while rich people learn to manage it intelligently. They understand that it's not about eliminating risk, it's about taking calculated risks with asymmetric upside. Your mindset about competition needs to shift. The wealthy don't try to compete, they create. They find gaps in the market, solve problems nobody else is solving, and position themselves where competition is irrelevant. Stop thinking about how to beat the competition and start thinking about how to make them irrelevant. Let's talk about your income streams. If you only have one, you're more vulnerable than you realize. The wealthy build multiple income streams not just for more money, but for security and opportunity. Each stream teaches you something new and opens doors to other opportunities. Your perception of value needs to evolve. Stop thinking about what things cost and start thinking about what they're worth. The wealthy understand that price and value are different things. They're willing to invest heavily in things that bring real value, while cutting costs ruthlessly on things that don't. The way you handle stress and pressure needs to change. Market conditions will always fluctuate, deals will fall through, investments will sometimes lose money. The wealthy develop the mental toughness to stay focused and keep making clear decisions even under extreme pressure. Your approach to education needs to be continuous and strategic. The wealthy never stop learning, but they're selective about what they learn. They focus on knowledge that can be monetized, skills that can be leveraged, and insights that can be turned into opportunities. Start thinking about money as a game, a serious game with real consequences, but a game nonetheless. Learn the rules, study the players who are winning, understand the strategies that work, and most importantly, be willing to play full out. The biggest returns go to those who are fully committed. The way you view problems needs to shift dramatically. Every problem in the market is an opportunity for wealth creation. The bigger the problem, the bigger the potential payoff for solving it. Start training your mind to see problems as profit opportunities waiting to be seized. Your self-image around money needs to be upgraded. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with money, that's exactly what you'll get. The wealthy see themselves as good stewards of money, as people who know how to grow and multiply it. Your self-image creates your financial reality. The concept of risks and rewards needs to be clear in your mind. Poor people see risk as something to avoid. The wealthy see it as something to manage and leverage. They understand that the biggest rewards often come from taking intelligent risks that others are too afraid to take. Your decision-making process needs to become more sophisticated. Stop making financial decisions based on emotions or hunches. Develop a systematic approach to evaluating opportunities, one that takes into account multiple factors and potential outcomes. The way you view time and money needs to be interlinked. Every minute you spend should either be making you money or teaching you how to make more money. If you're not doing either, you're falling behind. The wealthy understand that time and money are two sides of the same coin. Your approach to opportunity needs to be both aggressive and disciplined. Be aggressive in seeking opportunities, but disciplined in evaluating them. The wealthy don't chase every opportunity, they wait for the right ones and then move decisively when they appear. The way you handle success needs to evolve. Small wins should motivate you to seek bigger ones, not make you complacent. The wealthy use success as fuel to drive them forward, not as an excuse to slow down or play it safe. Remember this, your mind is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability when it comes to creating wealth. Train it properly, feed it the right information, challenge it constantly, and it will show you opportunities that others can't see. Neglect it, let it stay fixed in poor thinking patterns, and it will keep you exactly where you are. Don't tell me about your plans to get rich. Don't tell anyone. Actions speak louder than words, and in the world of wealth creation, results are the only language that matters. Start training your mind today, because the best time to start building wealth was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. The choice to develop a wealthy mindset is yours. It always has been. What's it going to be?